Three, go. Yes, everyone, welcome. Another video here from the Tokyo Real Estate Man. And I've been doing lots of different kind of videos here on the channel from the streets of Tokyo. But yeah, I'm back in my office, which is my bedroom here in Shibuya. And we're going to look at some properties here in Adachi, which is on the sort of northeast edge of Tokyo, and it's actually really near Saitama, and it's also near Chiba. The other day I went to Chiba. As you know, I'll play this video. This is Kita Senju to do some car business stuff, and I did actually go through Kita Senju, and yeah, this is really it's really every time I see the place that's supposed to be on the edge of Tokyo, I have this little image that it's going to be small and stuff like that, and green tea. But then I come to these kind of videos here, and you just see it. It's just really built up. This is a really famous Japanese department store, Lumine, and yeah, this totally what you'd see. Like this is like the Ekimai, the station before the station. You could see there in the kanji, Kita Senju Min, I guess. So that might even be the city hall as well. And you can just, it's really just a great video, and it explains that like there's just everything that's going to be here, including connections to the transportation and everything. Okay, let's cut over here to the listing. I did have the listing map up here all ready to go here, and you can see here that I've been doing a lot of video fans of this channel, all 272 subscribers. If you're not one of those subscribers, God, give me some love and subscribe or a like or whatever. Anyhow, uh, you can see that I've been covering a lot of stuff in Minatoku. And although there is still a, like, it's not a red pill, but there's an orange pill there, which is a good sign. Even when you see something, what's that going for? 9,800 man. I did the one video the other day, so now you'll know. 980 man. So even if you see one like little red pill or orange pill like this, where you see $1 million listing like this, you can see that there must be other sort of you can see the dominant color here is this sort of turquoise or coming up from there, that's middle green. So when you do this at home, uh, call it red pill, Tokyo Real Estate Man, or TREM sort of map analysis, you can see that the floor is lowered. But you're not seeing things like we saw in the faraway towns when I did all those red pill videos before, when you're going on the small sort of towns, when you're seeing these all seas of like blue and stuff like that, that's a totally broken market or illiquid market. Maybe you can interpret that as chance, that maybe the future might be coming, but I don't look at it like that. I just look at everything that in the background you have the population in Japan going down, but the population in Tokyo is going up, and the center in Tokyo is getting expensive. And as that center push comes up out here, people are going to be forced. They didn't originally want to buy this stuff 15 years ago. You would have went. You want to be in a little bit closer. You want to get yourself in a little bit closer from an investment perspective. Maybe you have to live in an area here though, because your job is there or your family is near here. There's different kinds of motivations, but Tokyo Real Estate Man, I just like to get as close as I can to that center, right? But that's me. You might be different. Anyhow, there's a couple of good listings here that we're going to look today. One of them is right here, and this is a listing that is for 1,000, I think 80 man. Let's see when it comes up, or Isen Hachiju or Gojuman. Okay, so I'm going to tailor this one, and I got the listing already. This is something that someone who's maybe you're outside of Tokyo and you'd like to pick something up. This is a detached house, but if you're working inside of Tokyo, let me go to the top here. There's no pictures, really, any detailed pictures here in the listing, so it's not going to be that exciting. However, it didn't look anything that, I don't know, the exterior didn't look so terrible to me. It's a captured building down, like I use the word captured, meaning it's in the middle of a cluster of homes. So it's very similar to an apartment building in many ways. However, it's a detached house where you do own the land. Any of the stuff that we're looking at here, you do have domain of the land. And it might be what's considered seiken dikinai, which is you can't rebuild. But just beside my apartment here, it's actually near Shibuya, really near Shibuya, uh, as a house was rebuilt in a place where I didn't think they could rebuild it. And I think you could rebuild this from the inside, but as long as, if you wanted to rebuild it, as long as you could bring in the sort of building materials, I think that you could actually rebuild this. I'm going to imagine from the state, see, you can see why they would be considered Saiken Dikinai, because you can't bring the trucks down. Okay, but you could, like, maybe you could load down the stuff through dollies and stuff like that. Maybe a little bit more labor intensive. Anyhow, this is just a look at it, and there's no loving. You can see it sits right here, captured right there. We'll go down to the listing details. Certainly, this is not the most attractive listing in the marketplace. It might be too far down. However, some of us, you might not have a choice. If you're working in Tokyo, this is something at this level that you want to pick up. If you're living and working in that sort of northeastern side of the city, this is the stuff that you want to access yourself to. Okay, like I mentioned, it's Saiken Dikinai. Okay, but it is a 3DK. There is 48 meters of land. There is 42 meters of internal building space. Okay, it is ownership. I'm assuming that all the systems here in the house are working. It's currently vacant. There's no owner in it right now. We can come up here to the map. I can back up here. We'll back this up right here. Some things that I liked. There might be like a whole river park down here. You see little sort of parks in here. It looks to be a very pleasant sort of neighborhood to me. Anyhow, this is when looking at this one, this is ultimately, like, I'm looking at financial benefit for someone working in Tokyo who's sick of renting. That's, or someone who wants to come and get a house from out inside Tokyo from the outside at an inexpensive price. That's ultimately what we're looking at here. Okay, and I landed us on, I think the house is going to be right down that very alley. We have the house mark here. What do we see here? We see a fairly new house, which is a good sign, fans of this channel. When we see a new house, that means there's demand. There's demand. Now, what we see here is a tradesman family, or like this is a tradesman van. As you know, I'm in the car business. I was talking to Sahi the other day. He believes the Hiace van, by the way, he's my export agent, is the most popular car or truck or van in the world. And I believe it, because even these used Hiaces, you would not believe the price they go for. It just blows me away. Okay. He's a tradesman, and he's working out of his house and stuff like that. You can see he's got his equipment there as well. So that really explains, this is just a working class neighborhood, but I think the character of this neighborhood is going to be working class with white collar going forward. What else we see here? You can see there's older houses here, but you see there's a new build. So there's a fairly new build there as well. So that's just what you're getting. It's truly the bottom of the market. You could punch back at me. You could say, Tokyo real estate, man, this is too far down market. But I don't think I don't know. It could be too far down market. And that's why we have the second listing. Now I'm going to come back to the other listing to look at the numbers for someone that's inside Tokyo. This is one that's in the same area, but it's going for 3,000 won. But it has everything a Japanese family wants. So this is the kind of person, if you have a little bit more money, you're, for example, coming outside of Japan, or you're inside Japan with a little bit more money, this is something that might be a smarter move, because what happens is it has everything that the typical Japanese family wants, which is it's just bigger, it's newer, it's nicer. They have internal pictures. All the renovations in Japanese reform have been done, and it has a parking spot. And you might not want a car. However, Japanese families, for example, where the father lives in, his father's family lives in Kyoto, for example, and the mother's family, when she's from Morioka, okay, they need a car to go see, because they have more complicated life, for example, okay. So they need more in their life, and they need a parking spot, which I think is right there, for example. It's a nice house, beautiful front door. Let me make these pictures bigger for everyone here, if it ever cracks up. There we go. Very pleasant. These aren't real tile. These are like fake tile, I'm guessing, but you can see Everything has been done. This one's going to move. This is like, it's going to move maybe this weekend, I think, or like this week. It's totally not the newest, hippest price, but the center push and the expensive places in the center of the city are forcing families to get these sort of, this probably 10 years ago was not their choice. However, it's their choice now. This is not a brand new house, but everything's been rebuilt and redone inside. Excuse me, I'm going to take another sip of my green tea. Okay, this is it's a good, I found a good sample in the marketplace. And yeah, that's my job. Is that the parking spot for it right there? Is that what they're communicating? I believe that's the parking spot here for the house, for example. And that's what they're communicating. Okay, I don't think there's too many more pictures to see. I think we get the gist of it with that listing right there. We'll come on down here to just cover this quickly right here. Well, this is the station information here, and it's on the Chiyoda line, which connects as well to the Jomon line. So if you're someone working, for example, in Chiba, the Jomon line connects with you there. Okay, but the Chiyoda-ku also goes from Chiyoda line goes from Chiba all the way to Shibuya, but it doesn't go to Shibuya Station. It goes to Yoyogi Uehara. Okay, through Omotesando. So the transportation everywhere in Tokyo is really links up really so many great transportation points, everything. All systems in the house, of course, are working. 2 LDK, 69 meters of land, a little bit more, 74 meters of space. Here it is, the key, Risu key, has a parking spot, and it has, this is show you Ken, I believe it's vacant, and this one's going to move pretty soon. Okay, there we go. That's all I wanted to discuss on this one. I wanted to come back. Well, I actually could come back here to do a quick little financial evaluation of this right here, really quick. I'm not going to cover too much in it, but if you're coming from inside the Tokyo market or the domestic market and you'd like to buy something like this, okay, you can basically finance this thing for Japanese Hachiman Gosen or 8.5 mon a month. Your drag on it is going to be, this is not an apartment, okay, so there's not going to be any management fees. It's going to be $150 a month each month Gosen, 1.5 mon. Your savings portion of this every month, or your equity, is 7 mon a month. These numbers, they're really healthy, they really work. I think that's a really good one to look at it that way. I want to come back to the other listing there, and if you're coming from the domestic market and you're a younger person, this is something that you want to get involved with. However, if you can go up market, if you're going to go up market to this kind of price of 3,000 mon, okay, and you can afford $900 a month or Q mon, and maybe this is a smarter move for you to get something a little better if you're going to have to use financing. However, I'm just trying to do baseline video here. Let's open this one up and look at the financing for this one, the cheaper one, okay? And yeah, I mean, these numbers work. You're going to live in Tokyo for 30,000 yen a month. Your drag on it, okay, is going to be 5,000 yen a month in terms of your interest. So your interest every day for living in your house is 200 yen a day, $2 a day. You're shipping yourself back to basically North America in 1978. Or yeah, this is unbelievable. And your savings portion of the loan every month is still $250 a month. God, do these numbers ever work? Problem with this house, it could be. However, I don't think it looked like it was derelict inside. It just could be, just needs to be sort of updated. Anyways, another video here from the Tokyo real estate man can end up here in Kita Senju again. If you're interested in a property here in Tokyo or anywhere in Japan, I hope this channel is useful for you. Excuse me. Look at this, Maori Maori. That's a department store. That's a like Oshare department store. Every time you think I'm in the middle of, on the edge of Tokyo, it just amazes me. We're going to go down this Shoten guy, and there's going to be like everything everything that you could want for it. It's Inari Steak. That's a steakhouse. It's really cheap. Okay, it goes from cheap to sort of medium expensive. Okay, there's Denny's. There's Matsuya. Everything is going to be here. Okay, in this, is that a Yoshinoya? No, that's Katsuya. It's a great restaurant. Is that a Katsuya? We'll see if I move, and it's Katsuya. Yes, it's Katsuya. Make sure you go there, people in Japan. This is a great restaurant, Katsuya. See, you can have like pork katsu for 540 yen, or maybe the pork is a little bit more expensive. That might be the chicken katsu. But if you get away here from the station, there's going to be a little bit more in mom and pop sort of restaurants as you break away from where the valuations are the highest. You see a tower. Look what you see there. You see a tower mansion. That means there's demand. Tokyo population is going up. And this kind of areas where things are cheaper. These are the kind of areas that people are going to want to move into. Okay, and I'm sorry, as opposed to Chiba, there's just a better cachet with the Tokyo name. And if we were go over the river into Chiba, I bet you the price would be slightly cheaper than here. Anyways, you're interested in a property in Japan, you can always come here to my Instagram and DM me there. Lots of good pictures. This one I just took yesterday here in Shibuya. Failing that, you can come to my my webpage, Tokyo Real Estate Man. My contact information is here at the very top. You can give me an old school email or use the contact box. Try both. They only take a minute. Contact me here. I'm the Tokyo Real Estate Man with my business partner, Nakamura. いつもこのチャンネル見てる皆様、ありがとうございます。今日の、足立区 from 北千住の動画も作り楽しかった。ありがとうございます。この動画でもう終わりです。